Good day, everyone. So today we're going to go over super quick, easy warm-up drill. It's also an amazing way to kind of check in on your body, see how things are doing, see if there's any areas that kind of need to be worked on. Okay, so I'm going to take you through it real quick. We're going to go through all the reps together so you don't have to stop or start the video at any point, okay? So unless there's something going on as we're going through this routine, try and fulfill to the biggest range of motion that you have, okay? So again, unless there's something going wrong, unless there's pain or pinching, dizziness, any kind of those kinds of things, then avoid the action. Either talk to your doctor, send me an email, or reach out to your massage therapist, chiro, or physiotherapist, okay? So let's just jump right in. Let's get started right away, all right? So we're gonna start off with our neck circles. So let's bring our chin down to our chest. We're gonna look over the right shoulder, tilt your head back as far as you can. Come all the way over to the other side, the left shoulder, and back down to your chest. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed the whole time we do this. Let's go again to the right, tilt your head back, come all the way around, and back down to your chest. Let's do that one more time. To the right, tilt your head back, come on over, and back down to your chest. Beautiful. And now, as we go to the other side, I want you paying attention to, are there any differences between the sides? Does one feel more comfortable than the other? Do they both feel kind of stiff, or do they both feel great? All right, so let's go the other direction. Chin down to your chest. We're gonna look over the left shoulder, tilt your head back, come on over to the right shoulder, back down to your chest, and two more times. To the left, tilt your head back, come all the way over, back down to your chest. One more time, ladies. Over the left shoulder, tilt your head back, all the way over, back down to your chest. And I'm sorry, I'm so used to teaching a women's class. If there's any gents watching this and anybody else, hello to you as well, okay? So now, moving on. We're going to move the shoulders up and down as slowly as we can. So this is gonna act as a form of somatic release. So if there's any tension, any tightness, this is a good time to really zero in and ooze that out. All right, let's go nice and slowly up with the shoulders. Hands are on the sides of your legs and they're just sliding up and down. So keep going with me here. We're going up and down as slowly as you can, okay? So what you're watching for is, we're gonna go with the elevator analogy. You want to be going up as nice and smooth and steady. We don't want to be, keep going with your reps. We don't want to just fly up to the top right away. And we don't want to just drop down to the bottom. We also don't want to stop off at every floor, okay? So put your stupid jazz music on or whatever elevator music drives you absolutely nuts and just go as slow as you can up and really squeeze at the top. Try and get as high as you can and then back down nice and slow. All right, you should have had a chance to do quite a few repetitions now, so we're gonna move on. So looking at one of your armpits, so tilting your head forwards and rotating slightly, we're now going to raise the opposite shoulder. So you will not go as high as you did when you had both arms going at the same time, but again, same principles. We're going slow up, slow down, and again, keep going, all those elevator rules apply. Don't stop at the top, don't crash at the bottom, don't stop at every floor. Nice and slow up, nice and slow down. Let's do the other side, shall we? So looking at the opposite armpit now, no smelling, and we're gonna raise that opposite shoulder up, bring it nice and slow down. And again, nice and slow up, nice and slow down. Keep going with your repetitions. For some, it may help if you actually combine this with the breath. So I like to inhale as we go up, exhale as we go down. So try not to hyperventilate, all right? So at this point, you should have had sufficient time to do your reps on that side as well. So now we're gonna move on to our full shoulder, so full arm circles, okay? So, sorry, before we do that, let's get our shoulder circles going. And by shoulders, I'm talking about our scapula, our shoulder blade. So we're just gonna come forwards with our shoulders. We're gonna bring them up, back, and down. Good, and again, forwards, up, back, down. One more time. Forwards, up, back, down. So now if you want, you can do the circle in a reverse direction. So going back, up, forwards, down. Because of the fact that we do spend quite a bit more time in a forward and a hunched posture, I'm not actually going to do forward circles. We already spend enough time there all day, every day anyways. So now let's move on to that full arm circle. So now we're working that glenohumeral joint. So right where the arm fits into the socket, okay? So I'm just going to kneel down. I don't have someone videotaping me. So I'm going to kneel down. I'm going to tilt the camera with me. So you, by all means, please stay standing. I'm just kneeling so you can see what my arms are doing as I go through this process. So all the way up with the arms, going as high as you can. What I don't want to see happen is the back arch so we can get those arms up. So if you have to stop here, by all means, stop there, okay? So keep those elbows locked out, nice straight arms. We're gonna turn the hands away. We're gonna push the thumbs back and down as we move backwards, down to our side with pinkies forward. We're gonna go back, open the hands up, and again, we're coming up and over. Thumbs are up, okay? And here we go again, all the way up. Turn those hands out, push those thumbs back and down. As we come down, pinkies are forwards. Let's go back, open those hands up, come on up and over. Let's do this one more time, shall we? Come on up, turn those hands away, push those thumbs back and down. Pinkies are forwards. Let's go back, open your hands up, come on up and over. Beautiful. So if you want to do more repetitions of those, by all means, go for it. 3 I do find is kind of the sweet spot. So let me just bring this camera up a little bit. So we're going to move down to the rest of the body now. So we're going to work on the hips, all right? So first things first, I want you to stand shoulder width apart. So if I tilt the camera down so you can see what my legs are doing, I have my feet shoulder width apart. So they're also hip width apart, okay? So I'm going to tilt the camera back up again. Whoopsie. Clearly I need to get a cameraman. All right. So again, no face, so you can really focus on what this area of my body is doing. So again, shoulder width apart. I'm going to lean the hip as far as I can to the side. Upper body stays relatively stable. It stays relatively upright, okay? We're focusing on leaning as far as we can into this hip. So what you can be watching for is any tightness here, any tightness in the front of the waist, any tightness in your low back, all right? There's plenty of other areas where you might feel tightness, but otherwise, just focus on those key areas. As you go through this, I want you to really lean as far as you can, get that hip. See how I had more than what I was doing? That's where I want to be working. I want to be working in the fullest range. And it's okay if you lose your balance a little bit, kind of wiggle around. All right, moving on to the next one. So now, again, I'll tilt the camera down so you can see what my legs are doing. I'm getting my legs nice and wide apart. Toes are facing forward. I'm going to be working this region here. So again, I'll tilt that camera back up so you can see what my hips are doing. So again, nice and wide. This one I call the hip pop. So again, working this section here down to here. We're just going to pop the pelvis to either side. When something is tight, it's going to be very hard to move that pelvis back and forth. So what I want you watching for, make sure we're not twisting, make sure the upper body is not kind of moving with you. Upper body is, again, nice and stable. We're really just moving those hips side to side. So the one thing you will notice, as I go to the right, pop my hip to the right, I get a left groin stretch. As I go to the left, I get a right groin stretch. And we're just gonna go side to side, all right? So we're gonna go back and forth quite a few times. This area does tend to be a lot tighter in quite a few people. So it does take a little bit longer for this area to release, relax, let go, all right? So the one thing you can do as you keep going through this, when you think you've gone as far as you can, push a little farther into it. Try and just get a little more out of it. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. If you need more time, just pause the video. So I'm gonna tilt you up again. All right, so now moving on to our side bend. Feet are together, hands are right on the sides of your body. We're going to seriously just side bend, okay? So as far over as you can, reaching for the side of your knee. Our goal is kind of top of the kneecap. That means we are okay. What we really want to be working for is our range. So I can actually reach just below my kneecap. That's my measurement. So now as you're going side to side, make sure you're not tilting forward, you're not tilting side to side. So keep going with our repetition side to side. If you do find you're rotating or twisting, put yourself up against a wall and tilt side to side that way. The wall will actually prevent you from twisting, or it'll give you some external feedback for when you are twisting or turning and coming off of the wall, all right? So that's all for our warm up / kind of check in on how the body is doing. Have a wonderful day. Bye.